Act Act 3, Scene 2, Macbeth. Forest, the same forest. Another room. Enter Lady Macbeth and a servant. Lady Macbeth, is Banquo gone from court? So she is asking, has Banquo left the court? Servant, ay, madam, but returns again tonight. Yes, madam, but he'll return tonight. Lady Macbeth, say to the king, I would attend his leisure for a few words. So Lady Macbeth is telling that, tell the king, means she is wanting to speak to Macbeth. Tell the king that I would like to speak a few words with him when he is at leisure. Servant, madam, I will. A servant says, yes, I will. But Lady Macbeth wants to speak to Macbeth. Now, Lady Macbeth, we gain nothing and lose everything when we realize our ambition without mental satisfaction. Is it safer to be the one who is killed than to kill and live in insecure joy? Now, notice she has already started having some sort of traces of repercussions in her mind. She is already going through repercussions, repentance, and all these things are coming to her, overcrowding her mind. She is telling, we gain nothing and lose everything. আমরা কিছুই আমরা গেইন করি না, সবকিছুই হারাই when we realize our ambition without mental satisfaction. Means we become over ambitious. Macbeth's tragic flaw was what? Macbeth's hammer shear was what? Over ambition. He was over ambitious. Now that's what Lady Macbeth is telling. We gain nothing and lose everything when we realize our ambition without mental satisfaction. It is safer to be the one who is killed than to kill and live in insecure joy. অনেক ভালো নিজে মরে যাওয়া অন্যকে মারার থেকে আর ইনসিকিউর জয় নিয়ে বেঁচে থাকার থেকে। এই যে Lady Macbeth, not that all is spent. When our desire is got without content, 'tis safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. Enter Macbeth. Now I'm reading the paraphrase. After I go through the paraphrase, I'll come to the original text. What is the matter, my lord? কি কথা, কি বলবে বলো? Why do you, means Lady Macbeth is telling, addressing Macbeth as my lord. She is telling, what is the matter, my lord? Why do you keep aloof, brooding over most miserable fancies? Why are you harboring those thoughts that should have ended with the lives of those that you are thinking about? Things which cannot be remedied should be forgotten. What is done cannot be undone. Now, see, she can understand that Macbeth is brooding something in his mind. He's continuously are some unwanted thoughts. Why are you harboring those thoughts that should have ended with the lives of those? Means already you have killed uh, this thing. You have killed Duncan, King Duncan. At the same time, you have smeared bloods and killed the chamberlains and all these things. Then, when you have ended the lives of all the people, then what is the factor that is tormenting you still now? What is the factor that is still tormenting you? She's asking, what is the matter, my lord? Why do you keep aloof, brooding over most miserable fancies? Why are you harboring those thoughts that should have ended with the lives of those that you are thinking about? Things which cannot be remedied should be forgotten. What is done cannot be undone. So, Lady Macbeth is telling, let me go through the original text now. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone? Of sorriest fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died. With them they think on things without all remedy, should be without regard. What is done is done. Now, Macbeth, we have scotched the snake, not killed it. She will close and be herself, whilst our poor Malice remains in danger of her former tooth. But let the frame of things disjoint, both the worlds suffer, ere we will eat our meal in fear and sleep, in the affliction of those terrible dreams that shake us nightly. Better be the dead whom we, to gain our peace, have sent to peace, than on the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in the grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Trajan has done his worst, nor still, nor poison, malice, domestic, foreign levy, nothing can touch him further. Now, what Macbeth is telling, let's see. We have slashed the snake, but not killed it. আমরা স্নেকটাকে মেরেছি কিন্তু মানে স্ল্যাশ করেছি with the stick, but we haven't killed it. The wound will heal up and the snake will be as dangerous as before. The wound of slashing the snake will heal up and the snake will become as dangerous as before. Our weak attack remains in danger from her still poisonous fangs. Fangs. The fangs of the snake is talking about. Our weak attack remains in danger from her still poisonous fangs. Let the framework of the universe fall apart, and both heaven and earth come to grief before we eat our meals in fear and sleep in dread of those terrible nightmares that torment us at nights. কি বলছে? Let the framework of the universe fall apart. ইউনিভার্সটা ভেঙে টুকরো টুকরো হয়ে যাক, and both heaven and earth come to grief. হেভেন এবং আর্থ দুদলই কাঁদা শুরু করুক, come to grief before we eat our meals in fear and sleep in dread of those terrible nightmares. Now see, the terrible nightmares have already started following them. The terrible nightmares have started tormenting them. They can't sleep peacefully. It leaves. It would be better to be with the dead whom, to gain peace for ourselves, we have sent to the peace of the grave, than to remain in the constant agony of mental delirium. কি বলছে? It would be better to be with the dead whom, to gain peace for ourselves, we have sent to the peace of the grave. মানে it would be better to be with the dead whom we have sent to the peace of the grave, than to remain in the constant agony of mental delirium. মানে নিজে মরে যাওয়া অনেক ভালো। এই যে it would be better to be with the dead, যারা মারা গেছে তাদের কাছে গিয়ে আমরাও মরে যাওয়া ভালো, এইভাবে কষ্ট করে বেঁচে থাকার থেকে, কনস্ট্যান্ট অ্যাগনি অফ মেন্টাল ডেলিরিয়ামে বেঁচে থাকার থেকে। ডানকান ইজ ডেড, হি স্লিপস in eternal peace after the suffering of restless and frenzied life. After restless and frenzied life, ডানকান কিন্তু এখন শান্তিতে ঘুমোচ্ছে. Treachery has treated him in the worst manner. So he's admitting that treachery has treated Duncan in the worst manner. Now neither sword, nor poison, nor domestic hostility, nor foreign troops can hurt him anymore. So what can't hurt Duncan anymore? Treachery has treated him in the worst manner. Now no sword, no poison, no domestic hostility, no foreign troops can hurt Duncan anymore. Next, Lady Macbeth. Come on, my gentle lord. Compose your troubled face. Be gay and cheerful in the presence of your guests tonight. So Lady Macbeth is telling, come on, my gentle lord, sleek over your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial among your guests tonight. Mane, come on, my gentle lord. আসো, কম্পোজ ইউর ট্রাবলড ফেস, এই যে তোমার যে এত মানে দুঃখ, এটাকে সরাও। বি গে অ্যান্ড চিয়ারফুল, গেস্টদের সামনে কিন্তু হাসি খুশি থাকবে, না হলে লোকে সন্দেহ করবে। বি গে অ্যান্ড চিয়ারফুল ইন দ্য প্রেজেন্স অফ ইউর গেস্টস টুনাইট। Macbeth. So shall I be, my beloved, and I pray you assume the same mood. So Macbeth is telling that don't worry, my beloved wife, I will have a I will try to maintain a calm, serene, and and cheerful gesture in front of the guests, and you to try to keep up your appearance as well as I will do. Remember to pay attention to Banquo. Honor him by looking at him and by speaking to him. Now he is training Lady Macbeth to pay attention to Banquo and at the same time pay honor to him. While we are insecure, we must give a clean look to our honor by using abundant flattery and make our faces hide the feelings of hatred lying in our hearts. So he's advising Lady Macbeth to wear a composed look, to maintain a composed look in her face, and she should pay attention, and both attention, respect, or attention and honor to Banquo. While we are, and he at the same time he admits that they are feeling insecure, and we must, and that's why they must give a clean look to Banquo, and they must use abundant flattery and make faces to hide their true feelings and hide the true hatred that they have in their hearts for Banquo. Macbeth. So shall I love, and so I pray be you. মানে আমিও ভালো মুখ করে থাকবো, তুমিও ভালো মুখ করে থাকার চেষ্টা করবে। Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence, মানে ব্যাঙ্কুকে অ্যাটেনশন দেবে আর অনারও দেবে। প্রেজেন্ট হিম, এই যে লেট ইউর রিমেম্ব্রেন্স অ্যাপ্লাই টু ব্যাঙ্কো মানে গিভ অ্যাটেনশন টু ব্যাঙ্কো, অ্যান্ড প্রেজেন্ট হিম এমিনেন্স মানে গিভ হিম অনার, বোথ উইথ আই অ্যান্ড টাং মানে in expression also and in speaking also, facial expression and verbal expression. In both the expressions you should be uh, you should give more attention and importance and honor to Banquo. Unsafe the while that we must have our honors in these flattering streams and make our faces wizards to our hearts, disguising what they are. Now, Lady Macbeth, you must leave this. Lady Macbeth, you must dismiss such thoughts. Macbeth, oh, my mind is full of fear and suspicion, dear wife. You know that Banquo and his son Fleance are still alive. মকবেথ বলছে আমার ফিয়ার সাসপিশন ভর্তি, কারণ তুমি জানো ব্যাংকো আর তার ছেলে এখনো বেঁচে আছে। এই যে ও ইউ মাস্ট লিভ দিস, মানে লেডি মকবেথ ইজ টেলিং দ্যাট এইসব ভাবনা মাথার থেকে বার করো, while we are insecure we must give a clean look to our look of to our honor by using abundant flattery, make our faces hide the feelings of hatred lying in our hearts. This thing Macbeth is telling. Lady Macbeth is asking him to dismiss such thoughts. Now Macbeth is telling, "Oh, full of Macbeth, there is comfort, yet they are accessible. Then be thou jocund, ere the bat hath flown." No. Macbeth is telling, "Oh, full of scorpions, you must." Macbeth is telling, "Oh, full of scorpions in my mind, dear wife, thou knowest that Banquo and Fleance live." So Macbeth is telling, "Oh, my mind is full of fear and suspicion, dear wife. You know that Banquo and his son Fleance are still alive." Now, Lady Macbeth is telling, "But nature has not made them immortal." So Lady Macbeth is telling Macbeth that but in them nature's copy not eternal, means do you think that Banquo and his son both are eternal? They'll live forever, they'll die someday or the other. Macbeth, there is comfort yet, they are assailable. Then be thou jocund, ere that the bat hath flown his cloistered flight, ere to black Hecate's summons the hard-born beetle with his drowsy hums. Hang, rug, night's yawning peal, there shall be done a deed of dreadful note. Now Macbeth is telling there are comfort in what you say. তোমার কথায় comfort আছে, they can be killed. Then be cheerful yourself before the bat begins its flight round the cloisters of churches, and before the dog-born beetle called upon by Hecate turns its humming that induces people to go to sleep at night, an act of terrible notoriety will be performed. এগুলো Macbeth কি বলছে? There is comfort in what you say. যতই কমফর্ট থাক এদেরকে মারা হবে। আর বি চিয়ারফুল, আনন্দে থাকো। বিফোর দ্য ব্যাট বিগিনস ইটস ফ্লাইট রাউন্ড দ্য ক্লয়েস্টার্স অফ চার্চেস, মানে এটাকে একটা ইল ওমেন মানা হয় যে ব্যাট চার্চের মাথার উপর ঘুরছে। এই যে বিফোর দ্য ব্যাট বিগিনস ইটস ফ্লাইট রাউন্ড দ্য ক্লয়েস্টার্স অফ চার্চেস, আর কি বিফোর দ্য ডাং বর্ন বিটল, মানে কাউডাঙে যে বিটল হয় সেই বিটলটা বর্ন কল্ড আপন বাই হেকেট, সেই ডাং বর্ন বিটলটাকে হেকেট যতক্ষণ না ডাকে, তা মানে ইভোক করে, starts its humming, মানে starts its humming that induces people to go to sleep at night, এই যে ডাক বর্ন বিটলটা যাকে কিনা হেকেট ডাকে, সে এসে পিপলকে ঘুম পাড়ায় রাত্রিবেলা, অ্যান্ড অ্যাক্ট অফ টেরিবল নটোরাইটি উইল বি পারফর্ম, তার আগেই একটা খুব ভয়ঙ্কর ক্রাইম কিন্তু আমরা পারফর্ম করে দেবো। যে লেটস সি হোয়াট ম্যাকবেথ সেজ। Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou applaud the deed. Come, sealing night, scarf up the tender eye of pitiful day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand cancel and tear to pieces that great hand which keeps me pale. Light thickens, and the crow makes wings to the rocky woods. Good things of day begin to droop and drowse, while night's black agents to destroy, black agents to their praise do, preys, praise do rouse. Thou marvelest at my words, thou hold their steel. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So prithee go with me. So Macbeth is telling that keep yourself away from the knowledge. Macbeth is telling, be in acha, there is comfort in um, hmm, keep yourself away from the knowledge, dearest cheek. Mane, don't keep yourself involved in these matters. Mane, he is planning some murder of Duncan and Fleance. And that's why he wants Lady Macbeth to be away from all those this kind of conspiracies, Ejo. Keep yourself away from the knowledge, dearest cheek, till the deed is done and you admire it. যতক্ষণ না মানে see, he believes that his wife will admire him. Why? Admire the deed. And what kind of deed she'll admire? She'll admire how Macbeth has planned or Macbeth has killed Duncan, Banquo and his son Fleance. This is a matter to be admired, and he believes that Lady Macbeth will admire such a heinous crime. Some blinding night fold the blissful light of the day, and with your bloody and invisible hand sever the lease of life granted to Banquo, which keeps me white with fright. Money, if Banquo remains alive, I'll become pale, I'll become frightened, I'll remain frightened, I'll not be able to live peacefully. And that's why Banquo doesn't deserve to remain alive anymore. Light dims and the crow flies to the misty forest. The good things of the day begin to decline and fade away, while the evil spirits of night begin to pursue their victims. Mane, it's already dusk. The good things of day are setting, mane, like the sunset, and what is coming up? The bad things, the evil spirits of night. You are surprised at my words, but wait for a while. Things begun with a bad deed can be made secure by doing worse deeds. Such a beautiful line it is. Things begun with a bad deed can be made secure by doing worse deeds. So I pray you to come with me. If your things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So prithee, go with me. This is how we have come to the end of Scene 2, Act 3, Scene 2.